and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, and this spring I'm going to be attempting a northbound thru hike of the Appalachian Trail. When I tell my friends and family what I'm doing, one of the most common questions they ask is what I'm going to be eating on the trail. And so I decided to make a video to show everybody exactly what I'm going to be eating for most of my thru hike. So when you do a long distance hike, there are two main ways to resupply, to get more food, and those are going into town and finding a grocery store or a Dollar General or something like that and buying food kind of spur of the moment, or sending yourself boxes, priority mail boxes with your food in it. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of both, but mostly I'm going to be sending myself resupply boxes. I know that's really uncommon in the hiker community to be doing it for most of your trip because it kind of dictates where you're going to be getting off the trail and limits your diet just a little bit in terms of choosing what you want to eat right before you're about to eat it. However, I'm a vegetarian, I eat a plant-based diet, and after seeing what most people eat on the trail, kind of Pop-Tarts and ramen noodles and nor rice sides, it's not exactly something that I eat in my regular life, and I know that if I have a diet like that, I will not feel my best and the hike will just be that much harder. So I decided to do mostly resupply boxes. This is the first box that I'm going to be picking up at Neil Gap, which should be about 4 days into my trip. I have 4 days worth of food in my Sea to Summit 20-liter bag. And then I have 5 days here for after Neil Gap. So first of all, a couple things that I have that are not necessarily dictated for certain days, but that are in there is I have a bag of Louisville vegan jerky, and so because I'm vegetarian, I probably won't be able to find any plant-based jerky along the trail, so I'm sending myself some. And Louisville Jerky Company was actually really nice. I sent them an email telling them what I was doing and how much I loved their jerky, and they sent me a box of it. So big shout out to them. They sent me some flavors that I had not even tried before, so I'm really excited for each week to be getting a bag of this. I also just have this dark chocolate raspberry baton I kind of bought on impulse at Trader Joe's. It's one of my favorites. Then I just threw a couple of them into a couple boxes. I also have a bag of soft and chewy dried mango from Trader Joe's, just to have some dried fruit. I have some wheat thin crackers. I think this is actually just a grocery store brand. It's not like name brand wheat thins or anything. And with these, I have a jar of peanut butter. Originally, I was going to get the little individual Justin's nut butter packets. So one, I could have more variety because they have a lot of different flavors, and also to kind of save on weight a little bit. But the rest of my food really does not weigh a lot, and so I felt comfortable with the extra weight, and it was a lot less expensive. So I just picked up, this is $2 at Trader Joe's for a whole jar, whereas those little packets are about like 50 to 70 cents depending on the flavor, and it's a lot less food. So I went with the jar of peanut butter. So for breakfast, for most days, I'm going to be having cold soaked oatmeal. I'll basically just be adding water to the plastic bag that it's in and soaking it in my bear bag overnight. I came up with a couple different flavors so that I don't get too bored, but each one has a base of quick cooking oats, some kind of protein powder or something like that, flaxseed, ground flaxseed, and powdered coconut milk, just for, you know, a little bit more flavor. And then they all also have a dried fruit and some nuts or something like that. So this one has vanilla protein powder from Bob's Red Mill, as well as some dried apricots and dried peaches, and I believe there's pumpkin seeds in this one, so that's good. And then the one time that I'm having something that is not oatmeal, or not the one time, but the one thing I'm having for breakfast that's not oatmeal is grits. So I just got Quaker quick cook grits. And I will be cooking these, not cold soaking them. So most days I will not have to use my stove in the morning, but on days that I have grits, I will use my stove in the morning. So this will be nice in the spring and the fall. So it's just grits with some seasoning, some nutritional yeast, which for those of you who don't know, if you're not vegan or vegetarian, you probably do not know what nutritional yeast is. But it's just a cheesy kind of flavor. And so I added that in there. It's also pretty nutritious, so that'll be good. And then there's an olive oil packet in there as well for some fat. On the days that I have oatmeal, there's a little honey packet to put in those for some sugar. This is another one of my flavors of oatmeal, and this one has dried bananas, crushed peanuts, and instead of a protein powder, it has peanut butter powder, so PB2, which is kind of just like a peanut butter without all the fat in it, which I'm not trying to avoid fat, but I just lighter weight, and you can't really put peanut butter in this bag before you eat it. So yeah, there's powdered peanut butter in there. This one has vanilla protein powder, dehydrated blueberries, and chopped hazelnuts. And this last one has chocolate protein powder. That chocolate protein powder, oh, that's also from Bob's Red Mill. But I ran out of Bob's Red Mill vanilla protein powder, so I just got the vanilla protein powder, pea protein powder from Trader Joe's. But this one has chocolate protein powder, hazelnuts, and dried strawberries. So those are all my breakfasts. Then for snacks, I have some things that are a little bit different, but mostly just granola bars. Although I have one packet of some dried apricots for one day. And then I got really basic granola bars, nothing special, nothing I had to order any special. But I did save a lot of money buying them in bulk. I went to BJ's with a friend of mine and I picked up a ton of granola bars, and they were about 50 cents each. I got mostly Kind bars, some Nature Valley, some Lara bars. But if I went to a convenience store, it'd be about $2 a piece, or an Outfitters or anything like that. So I saved a lot of money ordering them, or buying them in bulk. So then for lunches, I'm going to be buying tortillas to go in each resupply, but I can't, I guess my mom will buy them as they go right before she sends them to me, because they do expire. So I don't have one yet for this, but to go with tortillas, I have this powdered hummus. I bought a 10-pound bag of powdered hummus off Amazon, which is not a purchase I ever thought I would make, but I did, and I portioned them out into individual sandwich bags, and you basically add, I have a packet of olive oil, and you add water, and you let it rehydrate, and I'll spread that on the tortilla, and I'm sure some days I'll add some avocado or carrots or something like that if it's like the day directly after I'm in town, and I can buy some fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, that kind of thing. But for the most part, it'll just be hummus on a tortilla. And then I also have another kind of vegetarian jerky. I think this is actually also vegan. Yeah, so vegan, another kind of vegan jerky. And this is the Primal Strips. And they're not super high in calories. Like this bar is only 81 calories. Has 10 grams of protein, so that's pretty good. But it's not really a calorie thing, where most of trail food you kind of have for the calories. But this is really just for, you know, the taste. I really like it, and it'll add some variety to my day. I'm more of a savory person than a sweet person, so where somebody would maybe want to eat like a candy bar, I'm going to be reaching for something like this. Or maybe while I'm in town, I'll buy like a bag of Fritos or something like that. That's more my speed. So there's that. And then we come to my dinners, and I tried to have as much variety as possible in the dinners. And so I wanted to make my own dehydrated meal. So you've all been to REI or some other outfitter, and you've seen the Mountain House meals, or there's a ton of brands now. And they always look so good, but they're kind of expensive. It's like $8 to $12 for a thing. So I decided to recreate my own, make my own. And in order to do that, I ordered some dehydrated foods online. And I also got some stuff in the grocery store as well. But I did most of it online. And there were two companies in particular that I got most of my food from. And that was Harmony House and Mother Earth Products. Both of these I'm going to leave a link down below so you guys can check it out. Harmony House, they actually gave me a 15% off coupon, so I'll have that link down below. It's AT15, so 15% off for thru hikers, although I guess you don't have to be a thru hiker, there's no way to prove it. But I sent them an email, and that's the link that they gave me, and they told me to share it with other hikers. So yeah, both of these companies sell pretty much the same product. And how I decided which website I was going to buy it from was basically how much I needed of it, because they sell in different amounts, and I didn't want to buy more food than I needed. So it was kind of a little random which company I bought which product from. But I got quite a bit from both. They both have a ton of stuff. They have dehydrated fruit and vegetables, they have beans, they have textured vegetable protein, which if you're not a vegan or vegetarian, you've probably never heard of, but it's basically just like fake meat, soy based. So I got a bunch of that. And I also bought some things like just quick cooking oats from Bob's Red Mill. Actually, they were super, super nice. I sent them an email about what I was doing, and they sent me some oats and some dehydrated potato flakes for mashed potatoes and some couscous and stuff like that. So Bob's Red Mill is a great company to buy this kind of stuff from. And some things I just bought from the grocery store, like these rice noodles. And these are just like a quick cooking rice noodle you can find in your local grocery store. And then one thing that I ordered online that is actually a meal that I'm not making, but I bought like pre-made, was this. It's the Upton's Natural Bacon Cheesy Mac. And it's a little heavy because the pasta is pre-cooked and the cheese is kind of like that Velveeta liquid cheese. It's not like a powder form, but they're delicious. I brought one on a backpacking trip last summer, and it was just really nice and really easy to make at the end of the day. So I did buy a 6-pack of these on Amazon. And then a couple other things that I picked up were things like this, which is Cholula hot sauce packets. I also got sriracha hot sauce packets, and that's to add some flavor to some of my meals. I got honey packets online as well. And for fat, I got olive oil packets, which you've already seen in my lunches. And then these coconut oil packets I actually bought at Trader Joe's. So that's most of the general idea of what I bought. So into the meals. So this is a burrito basically. So it has just that like quick cooking rice I bought at the grocery store that's in pre-portioned bags, some Cholula hot sauce packets, and then I also have some taco TVP, textured vegetable protein, and some dehydrated refried beans. So I will just, I think there's some taco seasoning in here as well. But yeah, so I'll just rehydrate everything and put it in one of the tortillas that I'm gonna have. The next one, this is a lentils and couscous. This one has some dehydrated broccoli and some dehydrated onions and a couple other seasonings as well. This one's a little basic. I actually made this one because I had a lot of not a lot of extra ingredients left, but some extra ingredients, and I kind of just was starting to throw stuff in bags to add a little more variety. This packet, they all kind of look the same, just like packets of brown blob, but this one is meat sauce with pasta. So it's just elbow noodles that I bought at the grocery store. There's some dehydrated mushrooms, some powdered dehydrated tomato, textured vegetable protein beef flavor. There's some broccoli in here, some onions, and an olive oil packet. This one, I actually got this idea from another hiker. They made a video that I watched. I think they made it a few years ago, but I watched it about a year ago when I was first doing my research on trail food and through hiking. And it's basically just like Thanksgiving mush in a bag. So in here is some chicken textured vegetable protein, some Bob's Red Mill instant mashed potatoes, some dried cranberries, some dried butternut or dehydrated butternut squash, a little bit of stuffing, and then some seasoning like sage and a couple other herbs that you think of when you think of Thanksgiving. And then this last one is a shepherd's pie, which is kind of a classic backpacking food, I feel like. So again, the base of it is instant mashed potatoes, and then there's some lentils and some mushrooms and carrots and corn and a couple other vegetables in there. So yeah, this is not all of the meals that I have, but it gives you kind of an idea. And if anybody has any questions or wants any recipes, leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll make another video with maybe some more in-depth recipes, or just reach out to you individually if you have questions. It can sometimes be a little daunting to be a vegetarian hiker because you see everyone just like chomping on beef jerky and Spam and summer sausage, and obviously that's not something that I'm going to eat. So yeah, I'm really excited about eating all this food on the trail. Hopefully I'm still excited about it in 6 months, but we'll see. So I'm going to be making another video before I leave, and it's going to be a full gear video, so everything that I'm bringing. That being said, I'm a first-time backpacker, well, first-time long-distance backpacker. All my gear is new. So I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert in trail food, but I think I did a pretty good job. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.